Tonight's game, London, we talk about this on the show a lot. The Thursday night games have lacked excitement and juice. They've been very sloppy. Tonight, this one to me is interesting. The Jaguars and the Titans. Tennessee's not sexy, but they're going to run the ball. An old school style of offense. Where the Jaguars, I don't know. I think that it's the most disappointing unit, their offense, in the entire NFL. What is wrong with the Jags?
Man, I would say I would agree with you as far as them being disappointing. You look at the season that Bortles, Hearns, and Robinson had. Both Robinson and Hearns going for over 1,000 yards, and Robinson catching 14 touchdown passes. You think, man, this team, they're gonna that offense, that trio, they're gonna hit the ground running this season, but it hasn't taken place. I think protection has been the issue for Bortles. He's still getting hit a lot. He's still turning the football over too much. Nine interceptions, only 9 TD passes. But I was definitely disappointed that this unit has not played better, and particularly those three guys.
London, when you look at this Jacksonville team, and you start with the head coach, Gus Bradley, who is clearly on the hot seat, but you go look at the stats. Now, stats lie to you. They're a top 10 defense, but they're 25th or 26th in points allowed. Now, some of that you could point to the offense putting them in bad positions, et cetera, et cetera. Should we start thinking about Gus Bradley differently, or is he really at fault for the failings of this team that we've had high expectations for the last couple of years?
I think you're going to have to start looking at Gus. When you look at their defense and then the resources that they invested this past offseason, they went out, spent a ton of money on Malik Jackson. They drafted Jalen Ramsey in the first round, like number 5 overall this year. They got Dante Fowler back. They drafted overall last year. I think he was 5th overall last year as well. So you get those guys. Well, he may have been 3rd overall last year. You get those 3 guys, and your defense is still not playing well. It's mind-boggling. And obviously, Gus, he has a defensive background, and your unit is not playing well. Eventually, somebody has to take the blame, and I'm sure the Jacksonville management is looking closely at that.
Yeah, that's certainly, I would imagine, one of the top topics. There's no doubt. You can't ignore it. Talking to Fletcher, London Fletcher, analyst, CBS Sports. Catch him on Sundays. Not on the pregame show. We have a blast doing that, and really one of the terrific tacklers and just a player with a lot of pride. Really respected the game. The game.
Hey, BT.
Yo.
BT, okay, so
here we go.
That Monday night football game.
Uh-huh.
No, Sunday night. Sunday night. So, Tiki, me and BT bet on the game. We bet dinner.
Okay.
On who would win that game.
And?
So, it was a tie.
Oh. Hey, go Dutch.
Yeah,
go Dutch, Fletch.
Yeah, it was a tie. What's that?
Go Dutch.
I know. I'm watching the game like, man. I just wanted to win. I think I picked Arizona. I just wanted to win dinner on BT. I didn't really care that the Cardinals won. I just wanted to win dinner.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of bets.
There was a tie.
Yeah, it was gross. We always come up with these bets. We have a lot of fun.
You talking about offense struggling. Man, I think it's been a disservice what the Seahawks have done to Russell Wilson with the offensive line that they have in front of him. I mean, that is just, oh my goodness, they're atrocious.
Yeah, they lost their DNA in trying to get a little more vertical with Graham. I mean, they let some good old linemen walk out. Obviously, Marshawn retired. That edge, that ferocity. They're still pretty good. I mean, I know we're overreacting. Well, maybe not even over. We're reacting to the Sunday night debacle. But hey, listen, Seattle. You've heard me on our show. The first couple of weeks of the season, I really buried them, and I'm man enough to say I think I was wrong. They're still one of the better teams in the NFC.
They're still, BT. When I look at that offensive line, man, that's not an offensive line that you can say, hey, this is one that's going to get you to the Super Bowl, and that's really what this unit is about. This is not a team where making the playoffs, winning the division is the goal. They're talking about winning the Super Bowl. And
well, how come nobody's beating them? Really hey, Fletch. Yeah, but Fletch, how come you're right, but nobody's beating them. They got one loss.
Well, they took a pretty bad beat down Sunday night, man. That's concerning to me. You look at that beating that they took, man. You have to be concerned if you're the Seattle Seahawks. You cannot trot that offensive line out there. They can't block anybody. Nobody.
Maybe you could even weasel your way inside. And I'm talking about in your prime.
Yeah.
Talking to London Fletcher with us here on Tiki and Tierney, CBS Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Fletch, part of the CBS crew, obviously.
London, you're right. I mean, people will listen to what you said and say they got a beat down. No, it was a tie. Yeah, they got lucky and got away with the tie, but they got destroyed.
Right.
Time of possession, yards, everything. Let me flip over to our former division, the NFC East, because it's really interesting, man. All four teams are above 500. The Giants are obviously pulling up the bottom at 4-3. The Cowboys are sitting atop, and let's take them out of the equation right now. But what's of the other three squads? The Eagles, the Eagles, the Redskins, or the Giants has a chance left in that division because it feels like there's no defined, second place team there.
I still love the Redskins. It's not the homer call either, BT.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
you're probably thinking that. I think when we talk about running the football and offensive line, we were just talking about Seattle. The Washington Redskins, their offensive line, not to the same caliber as Dallas, but they're one of the top tier offensive lines in football, and they can run the football with Matt Jones, Robert Kelly. Kirk, as long as he doesn't turn the football over, they'll have a chance. If that defense can continue to create turnovers, they're not going to be a top 10 type of defense, but they can create turnovers, and because that offense is going to score points. I like the Redskins. The Eagles, that was impressive what they did, to Minnesota in that ball game. But I'm sticking with the Redskins as having the best shot. And I'm not giving the division to the Cowboys just yet either. So I think it's going to come down to the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Still a little early to be handing out divisional crowns. I don't disagree with that. London Fletcher with us here on Tiki and Tierney. London NFL analyst, part of the CBS Sports Network. Every Sunday you catch him with us, Adam, myself, and Amy Trask, and we even let Chris Sims hang around for a couple of hours, right, Fletch? How did Sims wiggle his how did Sims wiggle his way onto the show? How did that happen, by the way?
Man, I'm still trying to figure it out. I think they wanted, him on for some eye candy, I guess. I don't know.
There you go. Hey, Fletch, before you.
He needs somebody with hair. That's what it was.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly
true.
what it is.
Although he doesn't brush his hair, doesn't comb his hair. So
That's a good point.
Hey, let me ask you this. This is a philosophical thing before you go. I'm curious, as a former player, played on some bad teams, some great teams, and some teams in between. I would imagine your perspective is pretty good on this here. I look at the Raiders, and we all know that their offense is terrific. When they're healthy, they can put up 30 on just about anybody. Their defense is a work in progress. We know that as well. I believe in the NFL that there is a process of learning how to win. You very rarely see a team go 2-14 and then go 12-4. There's a process. Do you think that the Raiders know or actually think to themselves that they are one of the better teams in football? Do you think they're at that point yet?
I think they're starting to trend towards that. And what you mentioned about winning, and, it's a process. And even I was on the St. Louis Rams team. We went, I think, 4-12. Then the next year we won the Super Bowl. But we started the next year 6-0. The year we won the Super Bowl, we started the season off 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we realize or even believe, like, man, we're that great of a football team. We're 6-0 undefeated, but there was not a true belief that we were that good until, we won a few more games and you get to 8-2, 9-2, and you start to think, man, we're a pretty good team. And that's kind of where the Raiders are. They if they can get a couple more signature wins, especially within the division, because you're talking about they lost to Kansas City, but you got to beat Kansas City, you got to beat Denver, and that's when you start to get that confidence and know, hey, man, we're finally where we want to be.
Gotcha. They haven't lost on the road yet, though, so obviously Raider fans, a lot to look forward to. Fletch, good chat. Everybody knows that you're a big NBA fan, so congrats to your Cavs. You're a proud Clevelander. Long time coming. I know you watched the ring ceremony for your boys, right?
Oh, absolutely. I got more emotional looking at the ring ceremony than I did me and my son and Nate Clemens, who I played with together in Buffalo with. We went out to Game 7 in Golden State, and we witnessed them win it. But for some reason, almost got teary-eyed watching the ring ceremony.
I told you, Tiki. We were talking about this.
But I'm not a Cleveland fan. I don't feel it. I don't feel the love of Cleveland. That's why I said, because we had this debate: are you going to go to the ring ceremony
Or the World
or do
Series.
you want to go to Game 1 at Progressive? I said you got to go to Game 1 at Progressive.
I said
You
go to the
got
ring ceremony if you're a Cleveland fan. You got to. You got to see the culmination, the reward.
Man, we watched. My son and I, we watched the start of the basketball game, the ring ceremony. I'm getting teary-eyed, and then we flipped over and watched the World Series Game 1.
That's awesome.
Great night. It was a great night in Cleveland, man. Cleveland sports history, that's for sure.